Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are yet again, ready for another amazing episode of Uncensored Minds Reloaded. We are now episode 166. So I hope you guys are ready. We are going to start off with the entertainment quick spin, followed by the main event. I hope you guys have your snacks, have your wine, have your water, whatever your fancy is. I hope you have it ready. Make sure to say something in the chat so that we can tell who all is here. Make sure to like and share the video so that we can reach the masses. If you are not a member of the channel, please do that. Okay, so that you can stay locked in with your favorite crew. You are now tuned into the world's greatest conversation. I hope you guys are ready. We have an amazing show tonight. I'm ready, guys. You ready? Let's go.
I'm just here so I won't get fired, man.
You already
Fired by who? You is the boss. So
I am tired. Yeah, I am tired. It's been a long weekend, man. How's y'all weekend been? I feel like I'm still on the road. So I don't know. How was y'all weekend, man?
short.
Short.
Shit went by fast.
Yeah.
They go by fast.
I'm sorry.
I am happy to say that my son is now safely back at school. He does have a new roommate now because his cousin, who was his roommate, quit. So fuck school. So now my son is getting a new roommate. I do want to say shout out to my cousin Black, who's home now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So shout out to my cousin Black, who's home now. You know, if you know, you know. So welcome home for all that. Ish, what's up with you?
Nothing. I've been on mommy duty all weekend, so that's about how my weekend went. That's how my weekend went.
I can dig it. How y'all doing in the chat? Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. If y'all got any questions, please put it in the comment section or in the chat. And we are going to get into our entertainment quick spin before the deep dive later. Nell, you said you wanted to get into this icebreaker.
Let's go right into it, man, because it bothered me. So the icebreaker question of the day is: what is the 3 dumbest questions someone can ask you? Aisha.
Let's start it off. Right. Number 1, what you doing? I fucking hate it. Don't ask me it. Don't fucking text me WYD. It burns my skillet. Okay? It burns my fucking skillet. Only certain people would be able to ask me that and I not feel some type of way. But for the most part, don't fucking ask me that. I hate it. What you doing? All right, that's number 1. Number 2, where you at? Like, and not just, okay, I'm waiting for you because you're supposed to hop on or whatever, or, you're supposed to call me right quick or nothing. Like, where you at? Why the fuck you want to know? Why the fuck you want to know?
I wish we were in person though, so I could throw the flag at Aisha's head right now because this is Captain. I want to know everything. Remember?
Absolutely. And but I don't even like my significant other in my past relationships or whatever. My folks, I'm not even asking you where you at, what you doing. Like that's just not what I do. Not those type of things. I want to be transparent, yeah, but I don't need to know your every move, where you at, what you doing, what you blah 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 blah. Don't ask me that. And the last one is, can I see you? No. Can I see you? Like, I would just rather somebody be like, okay, I want to see you. Can we link up? Like, the can I see you is kind of very similar. It's just the way that it's being said. Like, it just irks me. But yeah, those are my 3.
We ain't seen you in a minute, Cheryl Holiday. What's up? How you doing?
Hi, Cheryl.
You made a classic statement. You said when your significant other asks you these questions, you're not bothered.
Right.
You know, yes. I mean, It hit different when it's just significant other.
Yeah, certain people. Like, you know, if y'all was to text me and be like, Ish, where you at? What you doing? Or something like that, it'd be different because y'all folks. But like certain people can't say that shit to me without it teeing me off.
You know.
All right, Nell, do you want to go?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Stop motherfucking asking me, am I good in this cold? No, I'm not good in this cold. That's this crazy question. How you doing in this cold? I'm not doing good at all. Who likes the cold? Who likes it? That's a crazy question. Please never ask me that again. I know y'all mean well. I know the people mean well. But it burns my skillet, as each said. How you feel? After I already said I wasn't feeling, I don't feel good. What do you want me to say? Like am I supposed to be feeling good 25 minutes later after I told you I didn't feel well? I get it, but I don't get it. And the third one, I don't know. I don't got a third one, but those two right there is my major two. I want to kill.
You want to kill the motherfucker?
Yep. Oh, and another one. Yeah, what you doing shit bothers me. Especially between the hours of 9 and 6 and 7. Because I'm at work. What you doing? Working.
All right, people, put your dumb questions in the chat and in the comment box as well. I just want to start this off by saying I wish I wasn't so busy today that I could have had like a couple hours to think about this so I could really light somebody's ass up. But I do want to say, I do also hate that what you doing shit when you know it's a Friday or a Saturday night and I'm at work, or when you know my podcast days, you know this shit. Don't fucking ask me what I'm doing, where I'm at on those specific days and times when you should fucking know. The schedule don't change. The second one is one when I'm normally at work or doing a party or X, Y, and Z, and they walk up to me and I'm in the DJ booth. I'm behind my DJ board, and they say, "Are you the DJ?" And I be so pissed off that I just be like, "No, I'm just standing here. I'm holding this joint down. I'm watching it." I always say some sarcastic shit just because that's a dumbass question. Third, all right, we're gonna split this into. We'll split this into. I might get in trouble right here though. All right, third is, do you want to go out to eat? No, I definitely don't. I hate going out to eat. I only go because y'all like going. And the second part of that is, I didn't know. It's like, no, you might know this one as well. Because you have.
He's a little frozen. See, that's how cold it is in Philly. He done fucking froze in the screen. We at like 18 degrees right now. Is we not? No.
Yes, and stop asking me how if it's cold enough for me. Like, don't ask me no question. Like, is it cold enough for you? No, it's too beyond cold. I don't like cold.
Right.
I like heat.
Yes, it's
like
beyond.
Put me anywhere hot. I'm never gonna complain. But don't ask me. Is it cold enough for you?
Oh my God.
Or how you doing? How you feeling? I'm all right. I'm motherfucker. I'm cool. Oh, you good? Better now? All right, congrats. Oh, nigga, I'm just tired of you asking me how I feel. So I'm all right.
Yeah. It's definitely certain questions that.
Oh, other one too. That makes me fucking boil. When can I call you? When can I call you?
I know.
For a reason. Just fucking call.
All right.
You're wasting my time by asking me, can you call? Just call.
Just call.
People, come on.
Show.
That's just some shit we had to get off our chest. But this is the Uncensored Minds update section of it. Jeanie Mai. Is that how you say her name?
Jeanie Mai. Yep.
Jeanie Mai, current soon to be ex-wife of Young Jeezy, says she didn't have enough time to read the prenup and asked the judge to dismiss it because she didn't have enough time to read it before she signed it. What the hell she talking about, Ish?
Listen, so she basically is stating that there are some questionable things in the prenuptial agreement, that she only had 5 days prior to them getting married to review, and there wasn't enough time, and she was under the gun, and she wasn't able to fully dissect it. Although she read it and reviewed it, they were not able to review and request the aligning documentation that was provided by Jeezy and his attorneys to further substantiate the prenuptial agreement. So now that the prenup is on the table, she is asking the judge to either hold up a second and allow her and her attorneys time to review the documentation that is supposed to correlate with the actual prenuptial agreement, or to dismiss it as there wasn't a sufficient amount of time to review it. And I say, Miss Ma'am, have several.
Have several. And this is another example of her just trying to grab. This is a money grab at this point. She came up with the allegations that he cheated because, I guess she read the prenup, right? Because there was language in the prenup that says that if he cheated, then you were entitled to money. So if you know that caveat of the prenup, then how don't you know anything else of the prenup?
Exactly.
So again, just like Ish said, man, have several seats, please.
Yeah.
Brain just goes to show that the intentions is just to, at this point, get the money.
Yeah, facts. And not only that, like we all know, as business individual and business minded individual, that if we're going into a union or we're going into a partnership or whatever the case may be, that we all want to protect our assets all the way around the board, love or not. You know what I mean? So for you to say, I didn't get a chance to review it properly, or I had questions even then, it was sketchy even then, ma'am, you make the time. You make the time. You make the time to be clear on what it is you're about to enter into, so that you are protected, that he is protected, and that things are just covered all around the board. You don't wait until it's on the table to say, oh, you know what? I meant to ask for X, Y, and Z, and I just didn't do it at that time because it wasn't enough time. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Doesn't she have lawyers who probably helped craft up the prenup, or when the language that way when it was presented to her, it reached its final editing?
Absolutely.
It's crazy. Crazy is crazy. This happens when you go.
Okay, I'm not quite sure if it's me or if it's T. Not quite sure what's going on, guys. We're having a bit of technical difficulties. I don't know if it is just me or if it is the crew. Can somebody in the chat tell me if they can see me? All right, guys. So we could get the guys back. Let us know in the chat what you think about Jeanie Mai. What's up, Nell? What the fuck is happening?
The prenup, man. The prenup is she taking all my money. I can't afford my home.
Yeah. Tell us in the chat what you think about Miss Jeanie Mai and this whole prenup debacle. Exactly, Janine. I totally agree. That's why you're supposed to read before signing and not just say, "Oh, it's not enough time. I'm too busy," and now you got issues with it. Sit down.
Absolutely, it's crazy. But just what I was about to say as before the phone got crazy is this is what happens when you allow yourself to go into something not loving the person for real, for real. Mm-hmm. We can sit here and say, "Oh, I love him, I love her," and then when situations like this arise where you part and you see all the craziness start to happen, so be careful, people. Get your prenups. That's all I'm gonna say. Next, entertainment quick spin. Rick Ross, baby mama drama It's out of control. He just welcomed a new baby into the world with a young lady, and now the baby mamas, the current, the newest baby mama and the oldest child baby mama is going back and forth with the new girlfriend, telling her to have several seats because you know what, we was here first, and you just for the moment type of thing. What the girls fighting about now, Aisha?
I don't know. I mean, this new chick, Christina Mackie, who is a social media influencer. She actually was a host of a podcast herself, who is now in the likes of Mr. Rick Ross himself and his new love. Okay. She's beefing with everybody. She's beefing with a short-lived fling that he had with Pretty V, and she's taking shots at Pretty V. She's, posting pictures of the new baby. She's saying how magnificent she is and that Rick Ross never had what they have with anyone else. None of his baby mamas, nothing. They never got what she's gotten in such a short period of time. And she's just going on and on and on and running to the socials, just blabbing her mouth. And they ain't having it. They ain't having it at all. So it's just a war right now on the socials, with the baby mamas, the old girlfriend, new girlfriend. I don't know. Rick Ross got a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit going on. And makes a statement saying, I hope you go viral after speaking my name because I'm Ricky Ross, the boss. And the biggest. And you better go viral because I got a lot of money. I'm that nigga and I got a lot to talk about. So, he had a mouthful to say as well. But I do understand that Christina Mackie has had to take several, that he made her take several. And they may not be an item right now. So I don't know.
Well, they were just out last night. Some with them both being out last night. So it looks like they probably fix that, that issue right there. But, I would just advise them to just stay out of it. Just tell both parties just to cool down or whatever, because family, you know what I mean? They're his kid's mother, so that he's family with them, and this is a new relationship where, hopefully he wants that to last and, be it forever as everlasting as it possibly can. But, it's crazy. We're 2024.
I know, starting off with a bang for sure. But let me ask you something, Nell. What do you think about being very vocal and open about your relationship on social media? Not you per se, but just what do you feel about that? Like what she's doing, you know what I mean?
That's one of the things that's why I say what I say. My relationships is going to be private for all the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because just look at what's going on. You inviting negativity into your relationship by other people. Other people are chiming in. Now you gotta have that conversation with your significant other, just telling them to chill out or whatever the case may be. It ain't that we hiding you. It's just don't be necessary, because nobody benefits in a situation like that. Like the 20 minutes I got to take to explain this or defend this or whatever with that or fix that over here could have just been avoided by unnecessary nonsense. You my lady, we rocking. It don't matter what none of the outside chatter or outside mixers talking about. Like I just keep my personal business private, and it's for a reason.
Yeah. Now let's just say specifically, your new girlfriend started talking, just talking kind of crazy or reckless about your old chick, or if you had kids, your kid's mother or something. What stance do you take, or would you take, let's just say if you were in that position, on that, like her speaking about shit she don't really know about?
Yeah, that's a slippery slope. First of all, I would tell her to chill. For one, that's family. However that look, that's my children's mother. That's a situation that is what it is. Plus, we don't got to do that. You know what your stance is in my life. You don't have to go to social media and blast somebody else and say what I'm doing for you and how they didn't get. If you feel like you getting more than what they ever got, then cool, whatever, you winning. but what's the need of going out there doing all this craziness? Like I hate that. I don't
Mhm.
like run back and forth shit. Like that ain't my style. That I don't like it. You know what I mean? I just can't. I don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. Does that make you? Do you think that would make you look at her in a different light, in a sense, or you would just be
I,
like, "Yo, chill."
it depends on the situation. It
Okay.
depends on the circumstances in the situation. Each situation could bring forth a different mindset for a person. Um, it just almost feels like she's just happy with the position that she holds right now. She's in the light. She's leveled up to her, I guess, what her standards is as far as a guy and what he can do for her and things like that. So
Mm-mm. It is crazy. So we're gonna see how long this lasts. You know who I am proud of before we move on to the next story. Nell, I am proud of Pretty V. Pretty
yeah.
V is also a internet, she's a comedian and a social media influencer. We know and love her. She's very comical. She's on Wild and Out. She didn't speak anything once Christina Mackie began to discuss her. She basically kept it cute and she kept it pretty V when she could have responded.
Opposed to, like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? A wise man told me don't argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who was who. So the moment I don't attach myself to that and don't speak, you already know, you already labeling the other girl as being thirsty and she just clout chasing and all that. But I gotta respond for it. You know my body, like you know who I am and you know what I'm capable of. So what do I gotta make a fuss for? If you're
Right,
solidified, you ain't gotta do all that. You're
right.
spot.
I don't know. I don't know. Tis, tis, tis. So we shall see. Do y'all think I should text T? What you doing? Where you at? What you
Fortunately,
doing?
technical difficulties tonight, and he is not going to be joining us for the rest of the show. But you can catch him at the 9 o'clock show. Be there, be squared. Ish, we got another person, another woman coming out speaking about her ex, and that is Chris Stokes' ex-wife. If you don't know who Chris Stokes was, he was the manager of the major popular group B2K, and she said that the sexual assault against B2K is confirmed. She is confirming it because she said it happened to her from him. So, Ish, what
Woo,
the man?
woo, woo, woo.
24 was supposed to be our calm year. I ain't know it was supposed to blow up like this. Is only January 21st.
Listen, I just say yesterday, I need a vacay. We only 20 days in. What the hell is going on?
And
But Chris Stokes' ex-wife, I think it's Monier Scott, if I'm not mistaken, has come forward. She hit the social, she hit Instagram with a statement basically saying, "Hey, I can confirm that these sexual allegations that have been flying and circulating over the years about my ex-husband, Chris Stokes, are in fact true, and they have been since before I married him. And I was able to confirm them at the birth of our fourth child," she stated, where she basically is saying that this shit is true. And
hold up.
she experienced it herself.
So it took you have 4 kids with this man who was a sexual predator that you're saying allegedly.
Hmm.
You said you found out this information in the beginning, but you go along and have 4 children, man. Why?
Right.
So my
Yeah.
question, I'm not defending him by no means. This is defending him. I'm asking why now and why not before.
We know why.
Agreeing
Comfy
agreeing
living.
thing, huh?
Yeah. Comfy living. She got 4 children, about to marry him. Is it easier to sweep it under the rug and to continue, being cared for and provided for and not going against the grain? Or is it better to speak up and be ousted and be alone with 4 children, no man, fending for yourself? Like, what's easier?
So my question is this is a good question. That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so check this out. So you're now coming forth saying that this man has done some things sexually to these boys, right? So let's say for some odd reason he's indicted. Who takes care of these children if he goes to jail? Do you understand the repercussions of what legal litigations that could come through would have on you furthering the wealth and health of your children? So you brought these kids in saying, okay, I'm going to grab this bag because the bag is here. So now y'all break up and now you're trying to, I guess, secure the bag because you got 4 kids that you can use it to secure the bag with. But what happens if he goes to jail? Where are you at with the 4 kids? Unless you could have just nipped it in the bud in the beginning and not even been in that situation.
Right. And if you guys don't know, she is the aunt to Omarion and Orion, who we also know. And Omarion has spoke on many occasions in regards to how Chris Stokes is not guilty of these things and that it was defamation. And these were years ago. This was years ago when basically saying he's married to my aunt. You know, they have children together. They have a healthy marriage. He is not guilty of these things. This is blasphemy on me and my family, etc. He has been nothing but a mentor and you know, a great male figure in our lives, blah blah blah. And here his aunt, his blood, is now coming out saying these allegations are in fact true. So I was you know, kind of like, oh, I wonder what Omarion is going to say now. Like, you know, you know what I mean? Because shit was definitely circulating, whether you've seen it firsthand on Marion or not. Like, shit has been circulating over the years. For you to take a full stance on he didn't do it was crazy to me, because how would you know for certain? You know what I mean? How would you know for certain that he did not do it? So this is sticky and messy.
Crazy. We got another person that's bag grabbing or stop before the bag landed, and that's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg actually turned down $100 million deal with OnlyFans, and his OnlyFans on the strength of his wife. His wife said, "No, no, 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 no. You cannot do that." Also, before we touch that topic, let's also send our prayers out to the Snoop Dogg family because his daughter, Corey, had a severe stroke this past weekend. She was only 24 years old. We're going to touch this topic in two folds. But let's first talk about Snoop turning down a $100 million deal with OnlyFans on the strength of his wife saying no. Ish. You telling your husband not to take that $100 million OnlyFans deal? Or you telling him to go get that bag, baby?
Nah. I mean, you know, in a marriage, some things have to stay sacred. You know what I mean? Some things have to stay sacred, and it's no amount of money that, um, you know, could make me okay with him exposing himself to the world, to millions, to billions of people. The bag was hefty.
Effie.
Definitely hefty. 100 million. I mean, you know, I might have did a double take, took a look at his dick real quick and did a double take, like, wait a minute, 100 million? But no, I commend his wife for just sticking to the script and not succumbing to any amount of money to expose her husband. So I rocks with her for that.
Also, Snoop Dogg goes on the record and says he turned down being $100 million triple X creator for OnlyFans because what's in his pants is only for his wife to see. So he wanted to make sure that he wasn't disrespecting not only himself, his wife, but also his family. And he said, the only person that should see what's in my pants is my wife. No amount of money can take me to that point. So yes, I am turning down This $100 million, because it's not worth it. And typically we'll see the opposite, where people will go out there and they will sell themselves and their dignity and all of their glory for money, and not taking consideration for their spouse, which is big. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes because that money, quote unquote, could have furthered the generational wealth of him and his family, but the dignity and the respect that he had for himself and his wife, he said, no, 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 we're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. I commend him and his family for respecting each other and respect others, integrities and spaces as well. What about you, Ish?
Yeah, I definitely feel like Snoop could have easily said, listen, I don't care what you say or how you feel. This about that bag, this about that 100 million, and we gonna, like, I'm doing it, which could have severely, altered their marriage, you know what I mean, if he had just did that. So you're right, you're absolutely right. You do have to commend Snoop as well, for just honoring his wife and his family, even when he could have made a different decision otherwise. So yeah.
Well, let's Snoop is not, even though he turned down that bag, he's still getting the bag. He partnered with Skechers to drop his own line. So if you're a fan of Snoop and also the Skechers brand, catch us on at Wednesdays at Telemade Kicks, where we talk about everything that is the sneaker culture. But Snoop also has his own line with Skechers, ranging from anywhere from $100 to $125 for his Sketcher model. So shout outs to Snoop for it big and also having respect at the same time. I like that. That's a great. Um,
That's
Also on this another end spectrum, let's stay in the Snoop Dogg household for a minute. His daughter, 24 years old, suffered a severe stroke this past week, and you know she said she had a severe stroke, and when she woke up in the hospital, she started breaking down crying when they told her what had happened. Um, this is home. This is real close to home. I had a family member who had a health scare like this as recent as the past couple of weeks, and I've been dealing with that with my family, my brother, and he is another one who's a young man. He's 29 years old, 30 years old, and we tend to think that we as when we're in our younger years that we're invincible, but that's not to be the case. Just the way the world is now, we have so many perils of life that comes at us from many different angles that adds unnecessary stresses and dramas and traumas, to our everyday, and that's something that we have to be mindful of. 24 years old, suffering a severe stroke, and it could have came from a number of different things. My brother's his could have came from a number of different things. Just doing some research, a lot of times, one of the biggest words that always comes up is stress. Stress is one of those big words that we always see when you hear somebody diagnosis, or you see what could be the cause of why a person had a stroke. We got to get in front of those things. There was a gentleman that I also didn't know him personally, but knew of, who actually was 36 years old and passed away from having a stroke because stress in life and working too much. And the reason why I brought that up is because that's like my life in a nutshell. I am I don't want to say a workaholic, but I am a hard worker who is hustling to secure, my future, so I can retire, at an earlier age than what they say we need to retire at. And I feel life every day when I wake up.
yeah.
Stresses of life, the bumps and bruises that comes along with that. Ish, what's your thoughts on this matter right here?
Yeah, first, I have known her to have lupus. She has an autoimmune disease. Shout out to all the lupus warriors. My sister is a lupus warrior. So she already battles with health disease. Health issues, and the lupus disease, which actually attacks your autoimmune. So, even the smallest amounts of stress for her triggers flare ups and things of that nature. And so stress could go an extra step and cause her stroke and just some other underlying health issues that I know they're investigating and stuff now. So prayers to her and the family, just so that she can make a full recovery and get back on track. Cause she has a lot of business avenues and things going on, um as well as children. I believe she's married. So it's sad, but this might be a wake up call, for her to maybe implement some more less stressful things in her life. You know what I mean? To kind of help her health issues a little bit.
This is another wake up call for us. And I always say, God has a way of putting stories in front of us that should wake us up, not just for us to read and throw up our prayer hands or throw up our condolences, but internalize those things and say, how can I not be the next victim of that? What can I do to put myself in front of that and that thing way behind me? Now is the time. I know, you've heard me scoff at the ideas of having those New Year's resolutions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because typically they're just talk. But this is where we should be implementing those new ideas into our life, because we have another 12 months of life to live. Or just put it up. Oh, I got another 6 months until my next birthday. I got another 3 months. If you're not thinking about the years per se from January to December, just think about when your next birthday is and say, damn, I'm 9 months away from my next birthday. Let that be your new year, right? Every time you turn the page on a new year, let that be your proverbial happy new year. And why I say that is because do everything you can to make sure you see another year of life. Do everything that you can to put yourself in prime positions to continue on the very path that you want to continue on, and that's life, right? That's life. Go out here and get your checkups. Go out here and do something with the information that's given to you when you do get these checkups. Don't just let it pass by the wayside. Don't just say it and then put it to the side 2 weeks from now after they done told you that you're overweight or you got hypertension or whatever the case may be. The moment you hear that information, internalize it for the betterment of your health, and say, what am I going to do to beat this? What am I going to do to prolong this? What am I going to do to facilitate my goals of living life longer, right? And start getting active, changing our eating habits, changing our patterns, changing the way we do things, changing our mindset. That's where it first starts at. It doesn't start with you eating a salad. It don't start with you going out there and walking around the block. It starts with the mind. Train your mind and your body will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start that today,
Mm-hmm.
not next week, not February 1st, not the 15th, not, oh, I'm going on a trip in 2 weeks. So when I come back from my trip, no, start now. Because we could be laying there in this bed watching The Color Purple. We could have a stroke. We could have a heart attack.
Thanks.
Let's get in front of the people. Ish, any last words on that?
No, just you said everything so eloquently. Just we got to start taking more interest in our health and alleviating stressors wherever we can in our life. I think it's just too easy for us to sometimes get lost in, things that we think are important. You know what I mean? Just things that situations or people, individuals that we feel are important and that, it needs to be addressed, or this person needs to be, handled, or that shit does not matter. That is the lowest thing on the totem pole. I'm guilty of it. I am so guilty of it. But I think, recently, things are realigning my thinking, my way of thinking. And, we have to just start focusing on that which is truly important. That's our health, our loved ones, the shit that matters, not all this other bullshit that's going on and all this other nonsense that's causing us stress, and it'll take us out of here quicker than anything else.
Yeah.
So,
So we can make time to go to parties. We can make time to do all the things that are quote unquote fun within our wheelhouse. We gotta make time to have these tough conversations with ourselves, because ultimately finding out is one of the most devastating days of your life. But imagine finding out too late.
Yeah.
It's even more devastating. Get in front of it now. The news can only hurt you for a short period of time if you allow yourself to beat it. Because that news in the beginning, as hurtful as it is, can be the difference of saving your life next week, next year. Right?
Yep.
We gotta start doing the heavy lifting. We gotta stop being punks to the information. We gotta stop being scary and allowing fear to dictate how we move. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Stop being a victim to fear, because that fear could be the death of you, honestly. Because we fear I'm going to hear something bad, but don't look at it as being bad. Look at it as being the news that you needed to help you continue to prolong life. Just think, I had my last Make It Make Sense was so profound to me. I haven't even been able to make another one yet, because I internalized that news that I heard that night that I interviewed that young lady who found out that she had breast cancer, and how she found out, and the steps that she decided to take, because she knew her body well enough to know that something was wrong even after the test proved that it wasn't. I needed to go the extra mile, and God put those very things in her face, put people in her face to tell her, I need you to look at this one more time, another way. And the moment she found out is the moment she started living. The moment I found out I had MS, and I can't speak for everybody, but the moment I found out I had MS was the day that I started living life. I live life with a purpose. I live life with a joy. I live life knowing that at any moment life could be taken away from me. So I am excited to experience everything that I can. I don't wait for someone to give. I don't wait for someone to do. I don't even wait for my own self to give myself the time to think. I'm doing it because I never want to be behind the eight ball. I always want to say I did it, and that I woulda, coulda, shoulda, or I wish I did this, and I'm laid up somewhere not being able to. When we came up with this tonight, the other night when we were brainstorming what we were going to talk about, and it just so happened that one of the topics was this young lady having a stroke, and then my brother having his health issues. That woke me up, because I said I am 20 years older than him. Well, not quite 20. I'm maybe 13 years older than him. And I said, he's supposed to outlive me. I'm not supposed to outlive. I'm supposed to be protecting and shielding him from things that's going to hurt him, and I can't. So what do I need to do to prolong my life so I'm there to help him through his struggles, and anybody else that that I attach myself to as far as what love looks like. I gotta do things to make sure that I'm around too. So I'm going to go get these health screenings. I'm going to go get my colon checked. I'm going to go get all these. I'm going to get my heart checked out. I'm going to go get my kidneys and shit checked out. I'm gonna do everything. I'm even going to ask to have a breast exam. Men, they say men get breast cancer. I'm going to go through every I'm going to go through every test that I possibly can to see what I possibly could have facing whatever, because I want to know what I'm facing so I can get in front of it now. And I employ all of you to try to do the same. And I know when we're waiting for those news, it can be the most stressful times of our lives. But just imagine that burden being lifted off you when you find out you're good.
Yep.
Or if you find out something is there that can be treated before it can't be treated. Tonight's episode of Uncensored Minds was brought to you by the mind. And why I say that is because we got to think. We got to start thinking before we start doing. We got to start thinking before we start being emotional. We got to start thinking before we do anything in life, because an open and sound mind is a positive and creative mind. It allows you to be creative in the way you move that is going to be a benefit of you. Stop allowing emotions to overtake and overcome your mind. Stop allowing unnecessary negatives to defame your own thought pattern and tricking you out of your spot instead of and getting into the next thing. We gotta go. We got an Uncensored Mind episode 166 coming up. I see Aisha over there. The tears is flowing because Aisha got a lot of things on her heart, a lot of things on her mind as well. So as well as we pray for Cora, pray for Jarek, let's also pray for Ish and her family, and just pray for all of us that we make it through and we get through together with love. All right.
Yep. Thank you. Guys, make sure to run over to the TaylorMade TV channel. Tune in for the main event. We dig in deep to some really, really amazing topics. I know you guys are going to love it. We'll meet you over in the chat. Have an amazing week. It's the world's greatest conversation. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the chat. Peace.